Okay. I don't think you need to turn the lights on for the car, for the lights. Are these the only lights you have in here?
It's fine. Okay. Hi guys, me and Mia are back like in the first time for like over a year. So our last our last video was during COVID. We are filming a video on conspiracy theories today because we are very different people when it comes to that stuff. I believe
we're not different people, Jenna. You believe? Where's your brother going?
So it's been a while, but we are very different people when it comes to conspiracy stuff. Like,
so you just believe.
I believe crazy things.
Like things that don't even make sense most of the time. She believes like the like YouTube conspiracy things, like the Titanic. It never sank.
No, hold on. Let me explain that. The Titanic was not the boat that sank. It happened. The event happened, but it was a different boat that they sank was the Titanic.
This is absolutely not.
But that's not the one that we're talking about today because we didn't.
Do you want to pull one up first?
Requested.
Okay, this one's lame.
Okay, conspiracy on phones. That's one that we got. We can talk about that. Because I don't think that that's a conspiracy.
Sorry, I'm asking Ritter for conspiracies because he is absolutely ill in the best way.
I genuinely don't think that's a conspiracy. I think everybody knows that your phones listen to you. Like, if you, like, my sister has tested it. She had said a whole bunch of stuff about a baby around her phone, like, on purpose, and then she got ads for a cradle and stuff like that. I don't think that's a conspiracy. We all know our phones listen to us. That's not a conspiracy. That's, I think, common knowledge.
But I do think people believe it a lot more. Like, people think it's a lot more intense than it is.
It could be. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Jenna, you believe that the government has had cell phones.
I do. Okay, hold on. Let me talk.
Before we did.
Let me talk about this. The government's, like, technology, I fully believe, has been more advanced than ours for years. Like, I think that they know everything in advance before we know it, and they probably use stuff before us.
To an extent, probably.
I fully think that they do. Like, I think that they had cell phones before us, for example. Because it would make sense for them to. I mean, what they use it for, I don't know, but like I think I think that they had that stuff before us because it would just
she's also a big believer on the birds working for the government.
Okay, hold on.
Jenna, you hear it in your head. You see how you sound crazy? You sound insane.
I don't actually believe birds work for the government. That's a joke. I do, however, think that birds are scary. I think we should. I do think we should.
I'm scared of birds.
I think because okay, what are you gonna do if a flock of birds come at you, like, just flying at you? Like, birds are terrifying, and nobody.
I think I saw a bird fly behind us as we were talking.
Have you seen that video of like this dude was sitting in Walmart and like there were like 50,000 birds in the parking lot? Hold on, I know exactly.
Let me tell you my story of why I'm scared of birds. So when I was little,
Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds.
I went to Disney. I think it was Disney, and one of the the haunted house ride. There was a crow in it, like just randomly up on like the wall or something. I don't really remember where. And then I had a dream that night that a herd of crows, like a murder of crows, came and they picked my eyes and brain out and stuff.
Exactly.
And like were murdering me.
Scary.
And ever since then I hate them. Like Landon tried to make me hold a chicken while he was driving, and I started crying and made him hold it while he was driving around.
Like, hold on, I'm trying to find. It was on one of the Sterniola triplets.
That's what I was thinking about.
This one. Look, that's terrifying. You see how many birds that is? Okay, hold on.
Jenna, they probably know what video it is.
This one. Like, you see how many birds that is? That's terrifying. And you can't convince me otherwise. Birds are scary. Do I believe they work for the government? They honestly, they could. Anything could, I mean, I could see it. The government would do something crazy like that. I just don't like the government.
Do you want to talk about Landon's conspiracy theory? He said all of this is but a fabrication. He thinks that it's a simulation. Okay. He thinks it's a simulation. And when I say that, I don't think he thinks he's like God and everything revolves around him. That's
just narcissism.
No, that's just him. That's not narcissism. But like he like genuinely thinks that none of it's real and none of it matters. And, like, I understand that to an extent, because none of it really does matter in the end.
I mean, yeah, everybody
But,
dies,
like, he's thoroughly convinced that, like, everybody revolves around him, and that he was sent here for a reason or something, and it's like, he's different compared to everybody else.
Anyways, Matthew says, I have a conspiracy that Genitil is a lizard and works for NASA and is a spy. I can neither confirm or deny this.
Who works for NASA? Somebody works for NASA, I feel like. Chad Brown's brother.
Yeah,
he works for NASA.
He helped me build a robot once.
I've never built a robot. I guess I technically did in middle school.
I've had 2 conspiracies talked about by about JFK. They're 2 different conspiracies.
I don't know anything about these.
JFK being assassinated by the CIA makes so much sense. I'm sorry, but like just the angle that he was shot at. Also, JFK was one of the very few good presidents. Like, he just was a good dude.
I think John Wayne Gacy shot
Shut up. Yeah, so Emily texted us.
I feel like we should just leave that in with no context, though.
No. We need to expose her to the internet for how stupid she is. She said, there's no way John Wayne Gacy...
No, she said Gracie.
Yeah, she said Gracie. She didn't even say Gacy. She said, there's no way he could have shot JFK from that angle. First off, it was Lee Harvey Oswald who shot
I said, Emily, that's the clown guy, like the pedophile who murdered little boys.
Like, I don't know. Like, that really just made me laugh. I was just like, okay, Emily. But she had the right idea.
So do you think...
But I fully believe he was killed by the CIA.
I don't really know anything about that. I do know that there's a lot of sketchy things about it.
He's one of those few good presidents that, like, you know how the government hates good people.
Yes.
He was one of those few good presidents.
Have you already had trash in your car when you drive it?
Because this car existed before I had it. This is my mom's car.
I forgot.
Anyways, yeah, but like he's a good person, kind of. I mean, every president has their bad quality. Every person has their bad qualities, you know. But like he was one of the very few like good people in office, you know. There was probably only 2 or 3 of those. Not anybody recently, I'll tell you that.
Who do you think... This is terrible. It's not funny, I'm laughing because it's a terrible thing that happened. Who do you think did 9/11? Because I know that you have something about this.
I just think that it's odd that the one day it happened, that the president was out of office. That's it.
They can't see your little...
And that's my only opinion on it. I think it's odd. I think it's fishy. I don't have any opinion on it further than that.
I don't really know.
Cause
I do know Nate Peterson.
No.
That used to live with us, like my family.
No.
Yeah, do for me.
Oh, yeah, I do.
His mom worked in the Twin Towers, and she had to quit her job that day, like right before, and she was walking down the street.
She like
leaving.
Chose to quit.
Yeah, she just quit, and then she thought I'd get bombed, and she took her heels off and had to run away because like she was scared it was gonna fall. Like she was like had just quit. That's crazy.
Yeah, I do think stuff like that happens for a reason.
Yeah, like it was crazy.
Do you think parallel universes exist? I think so. I
absolutely do.
I think that's where, like, whenever we dream, I think that we go to parallel universes.
Girl, I hope not. I hate my dreams. My dreams are like real life.
Deja vu, for example. I think deja vu.
What do you think about deja vu?
I think like they could be parallel universes because in a parallel universe, I guess there could be trippy coincidences where you do run over the same thing that you happen in this universe. And who's to say? Also, that's another thing. While we're on topic of parallel universes, I want to talk about aliens because
Before we talk about aliens, let me say my thing about deja vu, but when you're done.
No, you can go.
Okay. So I read somewhere a while ago that, like, deja vu means you're, like, heading down the right path, or, like, if it's a negative thing, that you're heading down the wrong path, obviously.
Deja vu creeps me out. I completely
think that it means you're headed down the right path. Like, your soul knows that this is where you're supposed to be because your soul has been waiting for it.
Yeah. I could see that. Like,
I've had deja vu so many times hanging out with, like, you and Emily.
Aww.
Not so much Emily. I love Emily to death. I do. But it's more, like, with you.
Aww. That's
and,
so
like,
sweet.
No, like, I'm so serious. I'm not just saying that.
I just hate deja vu. I hate the feeling of it. It stresses me out. Because I'm like, what am I supposed to, like, I don't know.
And parallel universes, I don't know what I feel about that.
Also, my whole reason of believing in parallel universes is mainly just because it would make sense if they existed, you know? Like, there are so many universes to
see, but I'm scared to think too heavily on this, because if there's parallel universes, I think that I don't know. I feel like there's only highways to the parallel universes in my brain. And I get scared that I'm the only one who's feeling anything and that I made you all up in my mind. You know? Like, and when I think very deeply.
But aliens
do exist.
They definitely do.
That's not even a conspiracy theory anymore.
You cannot tell me
that the space is infinite.
Space is infinite, and you cannot tell me that there are multiple universes, and you're telling me that in these multiple universes, the only one that has life is Earth. You cannot tell me that, because I won't believe you. I mean, you could tell me, but I'm not going to believe you. Like, it's not going to work.
Oh, Ritter sent a voice chat about a conspiracy. I'm going to play it.
Okay. JFK was killed by the CIA.
Yes! But, anyways, aliens do exist. There's no way that they don't. I also have a conspiracy that we are technically aliens.
Obviously.
Which makes sense, because we are the only thing like us on this planet.
And we're trying to go other places to other planets, to other universes.
Yeah, and, like, explore these other things.
And that's exactly what we would define an alien as.
Also, I think that the aliens built the pyramids and not the Egyptians.
I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know, but aliens definitely do exist, because if space is absolutely infinite,
there's no way that they don't. I also saw something that said JFK was Abraham Lincoln reincarnated.
I saw that. Hold on, I'm gonna look up them.
I'd have no opinion on that because I haven't read into that one. But when I do, I'll get back to y'all.
Conspiracy theory. I can't spell.
The moon landing really bothers me, because I do think by now there's no way they haven't landed on the moon, but. Like that first
I understand that the reason you believe this is the footprints, the flag, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, like, and
I understand the reason that you
NASA has openly admitted to photoshopping some of their photos.
Yes, I understand that.
And I'm not saying that by now that I fully believe by now they probably have landed on the moon. But I'm thinking that the first one is probably fake, because the flag was blowing. Also, what's his name? Neil Armstrong showed a photo of his shoe in the, like, he's like, this is what I walked on the moon with. It does not match up with the footprint on the moon.
See, I understand you think that, and, like, the reasoning is because they wanted to keep up with everybody, and they didn't want to look like bad and stupid, and they needed to look dangerous, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff.
It makes sense.
And that does make sense. But they didn't, like, have CGI or anything when he was, like,
that goes back to my thing of me thinking that the government has had advanced technology before us.
They probably, certain things, yeah, absolutely.
I fully believe that they have had advanced technology before us. Because why wouldn't they? Because that just adds to their danger.
What do you think? What do you think about, like, the megalodon? Do you think it's still alive?
I think that I love talking about.
Do you like sharks? Do you like sharks?
No, I hate sharks. Actually, the ocean is terrifying. The ocean is more scary than anything, because the ocean, it's crazy. We've only discovered.
I got a conspiracy theory that Landon has talked about all the time about the ocean.
It's scary.
He thinks that for some reason, Landon thinks, like, NASA originally was going to the ocean.
They did,
and that
they originally started in the ocean, and then they were like, F this.
That's what
Landon said. We're going up to space because the ocean is too scary.
Yeah, that's what Landon said. And he thinks that they saw something down there that they didn't want to see.
I fully believe that.
But if that's the case, why go to space? Space seems so much scarier.
No, the ocean is, I don't know.
Space is infinite. Your head will blow up if you can't breathe air.
Space isn't as scary as the ocean. I said what I said.
Girl.
Like, the ocean is terrifying.
What do you think about zodiac signs?
Is that a conspiracy, really?
I
think my opinion on the zodiac signs is, the best way to explain it for me is, if God does everything for a reason, who's to say he didn't align the stars and the planets for a certain reason?
The only reason that I have recently started to pretty much believe in them pretty heavily, and not like full on believe, but do you know what I mean? Like, they make a lot more sense. my horoscopes, my everything has been like so spot on for the last year, because that's when I really started like paying attention and reading into it. And it's been like down to like one of my things was about birds the day that I downloaded the Finch app, which is a mental health game about birds, but you like take care of a bird and you do therapy stuff. And it was about using a bird to get like better.
See, that's
and like weird. That's crazy. And then I don't know, like there have been certain days that stuff has happened, and like there's no way that they could have known because it's done in advance.
Yeah. And
I'm just like, that's crazy. Like it's absolutely crazy. A lot of the time.
It really is. And but back to what Landon was saying about the ocean, I fully believe him. I fully believe that NASA...
He believes that because of Joe Rogan, Jenna.
Okay, well that's not why I believe it. I don't like Joe Rogan. But I mean, the ocean's terrifying. We only know so much of the ocean.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that it's not scary. Like, even what we know of the ocean now is terrifying.
Yeah.
The ocean's scary. Regardless of how you feel, the ocean is scary, and I could see that they probably went down there and saw something they didn't want to see.
I don't think the ocean is scary, but that could have something to do with growing up on the ocean.
I'm terrified of the ocean. What percentage of the ocean is undiscovered? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Also...
excuse me. Sorry.
How do you feel about, like, loosely based on stuff like movies? And that pisses me off. Like, the Titanic, it wasn't based off of, like, Jack and Rose aren't real people.
Yeah, I know.
That pisses me off.
I've never seen the Titanic, so. I swear I've never seen it. Like, I never saw The Notebook until I watched it with Landon.
But my thing is, I hate when people write stuff about real situations, like, happening.
Is Forrest Gump based off a real story?
I don't know. I've never seen Forrest Gump.
What? See, that's crazier than I think the Titanic.
No. How do you feel about the Mandela effect?
No, let me talk about the Jada thing. That's something different.
Okay.
If it was a man, take him back. It's okay. He made a mistake. He was looking for comfort in another woman. But because it's her...
80% is undiscovered.
Oh, there's your mom. If it was a man...
I agree, but
nobody would have been, so everybody...
I don't like Jada either.
Me either, but everybody's like, Jada. F Jada, she's terrible.
F Jada. But
I'm not saying what she did was right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if it was a man, they'd be like, he was looking for comfort in a woman because he needed to grow. He couldn't find it at home.
Yeah, I agree.
He couldn't figure it out. He couldn't get what he needed from his wife that they were going through things with.
Men do not
shut up.
Men,
they are both in the wrong. Like, if it was a man, if it was Will that did it, everybody would be like, but he's such a good guy at heart. Shut up.
I agree, but I also hate. I hate Jada. I just don't like too.
But do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it wasn't her, just because it's the fact that it's a woman.
Yeah, I agree.
Stupid.
Because we get away with it all the time.
I know.
It's like the whole Taylor Swift, Jake Gyllenhaal situation. I've seen multiple people say Jake Gyllenhaal didn't do that. He's a good man at heart. Like, bro,
that doesn't mean
you really
anything.
think she wrote that like about a lie?
Oh, I thought Sarah was gonna give us a conspiracy theory, and she said your mama.
Conspiracy on my mom. She is absolutely insane.
It's not a conspiracy. That's
a known fact. Because she is like.
I do love your mom though.
But back to the ocean thing. Only 80% is undiscovered.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
I guess, but do you like almost no space is discovered?
I know, but
like probably less than 1% because it's infinite.
Yeah.
So it's like we're never gonna discover it all. Even if we have the technology to do so, it's gonna keep going. How do they know that space is infinite if we haven't discovered it?
I don't know. The thought
How do they know that?
The thought of infinity really stresses me out when I think deep into it. Superpower, what would it be? I'm sorry. Teleportation, easy.
See, I'd say that, and I would say reading people's mind, but my heart's already broken, and I was gonna say my heart already hurts, and I can't read people's mind. If I could, I keep thinking I have a hair stand. If I could read people's minds, I would probably not be alive for a long time. I don't know if that's better or worse. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I would things that
I would get seriously hurt, because, like, what if I was complaining to somebody about my insecurities, and I was like...
Or, like, what if everybody's been lying to you forever?
I know, like, but what if I was complaining to somebody about my insecurities, and they're like, no,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, and you read their mind, and they're thinking, like,
or if
it is that bad.
Or if, like, I'm so insecure about, like, how I look and my weight and all that, and if I were to read somebody's mind saying that they think I'm ugly, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Like, yeah, no, I get that. I'm not secure in myself enough to read somebody's mind.
I would say I would want speed
Also,
like the Flash, because the Flash can do everything.
I just would want teleportation because I could go places and then be back in my house in a second and I'd get in trouble and nobody would even know that I was gone. But no, one thing about mind reading is what if, like, in a world where mind reading exists, what if somebody could read my mind like that? Like, that's one of those minds where you...
I don't really care. I don't have anything in my mind that I care about
they would be... No, my thing is, it would scar somebody. It'd be like...
Yeah.
It'd be like...
But I guess if they were looking, they probably could assume. No offense. Conspiracy theory. Jenna.
Do you think about...
Jenna's gonna be queen of the world. She was already our prom queen.
It starts small. Ends large. What do you...
That's what she said. Or is that what he's either? That's what anybody said. That's what anybody said. That's terrible. How do we end this video?
I guess that's all we're gonna talk about because the battery's about to die. So.
Oh, there comes Charlie. Does he want to say hi?
So
ask Charlie if he wants to say hi before the video ends.
But yeah, that's conspiracies for now.
We're gonna make one with Emily.
We're gonna make one with Emily. We should make one with Audrey too.
I love Audrey. Well, I'm always free, so you guys just let me know.
I know. We should make car videos more often.
I think we should.
This is a lot of fun. I like
Imagine if Emily was driving. God.
Oh, we should do one of those things. Leave a comment, guys, of what we should do
conspiracy
next.
theory or just like a topic.
Because
it's Emily and Jenna.
And I mean, seriously, don't take anything we say too serious.
Unless you need it to be serious.
Unless yes, if it reassures you that you're not crazy and you believe what I believe, then take it serious. Take it however you want it, baby. Okay, yeah, bye. That was too much.